Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Jamie Walker. For those that are new, welcome. Um, Before we get into this video, please like, share, subscribe, post on the notification button, and please stay tuned for the end. You do not want to miss this. For those who don't know, I'm Jamie Walker. I am a self-published author, first-time self-published author, and recently in January 2025 of this year, I published my own very book. My first book, called Who Am I? And the theme of the book is psychological and physical abuse. I touch base on a specific period in my life where I endured some really um, life-changing events that I wanted to share with the world, because I understand from some people's perspectives how you want to share your story with the right people, the people who can understand the frustration, can understand the hate, can understand the trauma, can understand the situations that you're going through. And so I definitely wanted my stories to be a representation of that to whoever reads it. Some of the things that I do talk about is financial abuse, fraud, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and generational curses and signs of watching out for what those signs may look like. And basically, from beginning to end, I talk about certain situations that led me to the conclusions of what signs and generational curses was brewing into my own family. And so I wanted to share that with the world, for anybody who was going through things like that, because I feel like it's not talked about enough. It happens so much, but it's not talked about a lot. So I definitely wanted my stories to be a representation um, of how I navigated some of those situations and themes and scenarios that I just listed. And so basically, this book is really, really dear to my heart. I had no prior experience writing this book, um, but I really, really want it to be a representation of people who want to start and write their own book and just share their stories, because no one's stories is more important than others. Your story does not have to be super severe for you to be able to talk about it. What you think is small to you isn't. Your story is not small. Your story is not unimportant. Your story is just as important as anybody else stories that be listed on the news and these podcasts and YouTube videos. It's just as important. And I know it sounds scary, and I know it's even scarier to take that action and share your story, but I definitely wanted to be that representation to let you guys know that I did it while I was scared. I was terrified to publish my own first book, but I wanted to do it because it's people who need to hear about stories like mine so that they can raise up and really break some generational curses in their families as well, just like I did. And so, this is actually the physical copy of my book, Who Am I? And it's published on Barnes & Noble and Lulu.com. I will be posting a flyer of the ISBN that's connected to the Barnes & Noble one. All you gotta do is just type in the ISBN code in the search bar on the Barnes & Noble website, and it will take you straight to this cover of the book. For others have left testimonials about it. Hopefully that helps you guys kind of get an idea of what you guys would be reading. And so yeah, if you guys have any questions about the book, or if you have any questions, anybody who's looking into publishing their own book, or anyone who wants to know how that process was, because this was my first book that I've ever did. Like I said before, I had no prior experience. I had no like way of trying to like to create this. Like everything I did, it was by myself. I did have a wonderful tutor but this was a process that I did by myself. And I have no regrets. So if you have any questions, any first time book writers who's either in the middle of writing their book or wants to write one, I have no problem answering any questions, share with you guys some of the things that helped me navigate the process. Do not be scared of the process. It took me a year and 7 months. Now, just because it took me a year and 7 months does not mean it's going to take you a year and 7 months. Some people navigate writing a book differently than others, but like I said, leave your comments, leave your questions, and I will be sure to get in touch with you guys as soon as possible. And thank you guys for tuning in. Again, post that notification button, and please like, share, subscribe, and I will be tuning in to you guys very, very soon. Okay, bye.